Hope everyone's been doing well, taking care of themselves. Just going within, treating yourself right, and giving yourself the love that you need and deserve. And I'm here making another video. Again, driving. I honestly find that it would probably be the same with walking, but I just enjoy driving. But I find that while I'm driving, it's a bit easier to talk. Like, maybe it's just because I'm kind of busy driving that, like, the words and everything just kind of flow out more naturally and just come and just, like I said, just flow. But living in, or finding comfort in your own solitude, being comfortable with being alone, being comfortable with just being in your own skin, being yourself. And that's kind of what I want to talk about a little bit, and delve a little bit into just mental health a bit as well. So yeah. And so solitude, or just learning to be alone. A lot of people struggle with, like, attaching on to others for reassurance or comfort, and that's just running away from yourself. If you can't learn to love yourself and learn to become your own best friend, then a lot of things are going to resurface for you in the future. Like, relationships will be a lot tougher. Like, genuine relationships too, long term, having like real love. Because if you can't love yourself properly, then you're never going to be able to love your partner or whoever you're with properly either. Or you're not going to know what that feels like or how to even do it, because you have to go within yourself and learn. But a lot of benefit comes from being comfortable in your solitude. That's just how I'm going to phrase it. But a lot of benefits come from it. Just becoming your own best friend. Like, at the end of the day, you only have yourself. You only have your mind. No matter what. Like, even if you're laying in bed with somebody else every night. I don't mean like physically. Like, no matter what, it's just your mind. That's all you have at the end of the day. So you have to learn to become your best friend. Your own best friend. And that's why I preach just self-love and self-development, self-help, everything. Just learn to be your own best friend and your own, I guess, your own love. And I'm still in the process. Like, a lot of the things that I talk about on these videos, like, I'm still in the process of learning myself and practicing myself too. Like, I still deal with sadness. I used to be a very depressed person, but I've overcome that. I don't consider myself depressed or anything, but I will say that I do still deal with sadness. But these are just human emotions. But sadness is always more prominent. It's always like, it's kind of always there. I'm still learning where it stems from, as I'm still unsure. And a lot of this kind of ties into my belief and the video that I made about you create your own reality with how you speak. So me even just saying, oh, I'm sad, or you're creating the possibility for you to even be sad within this experience of yours. So but like, there's like a fine line. Like, there's like a fine line of being just straight delusional and like arrogant, or being actually genuine. Because a lot of people deal with things a lot in different ways. And I've always been an introvert, and I've always isolated myself, even like to an unhealthy extent though. Like, I've always been fortunate enough to have people around me But I've always found comfort in being alone. I've always just found comfort in it. And the way I've always viewed myself is like struggling with mental health and going through that. My personal way of thinking was, if I can't overcome this on my own, like by myself, then I'm just too weak. And that was the bottom line for myself. And I did overcome it through spirituality and self-love. So, and like, I was so negative, and now it's like through positive affirmations and just positive reassurance to myself and learning to love myself, did that all change. Now, like I said, I still deal with sadness. It just comes and goes. These are all a part of the process, though. Human. Like, you're never gonna just get rid of emotions. It's human. It will be with you forever. You just gotta learn to deal with it and not let it run you. And like, that's where the discipline comes in. Not letting like a little bit of sadness just completely throw you off course or anything. Like, you learn how to deal with it. But learn to become your own best friend and love yourself. Everything I talk about just ties in together. Just love yourself. Learn to be your best friend. At the end of the day, all you have is yourself. But mental health can be a bit of a touchy subject for some. I used to, like, again, one of the purposes for these videos is for me to kind of learn and get better with being open. Like, this is all an open journal for me and a journey for myself. And so I'm still learning how to really word things and express myself, because I've never really been one to do that. I've always kept everything inside within myself. And I was always the type to be like, oh, like, I'm okay, I'm fine, whatever, like that. But like, deep inside, I was always hurting, always conflicted within myself, always at war with myself. Just all, like, constantly, like, just overthinking and just kind of being stuck in the same loop and mindsets that just weren't getting me anywhere. And like, self-awareness is one of the first steps to changing. And a lot of people hate being alone or are scared to be alone. I can't really say for one that I've experienced what true loneliness is, like not having a single person to reach out to or call. I'm very blessed to have had family or amazing friends that I've always had just like the option, at least, you know, even if I did isolate myself or push certain people away, I've always had someone there, like in the back of my mind, that I know, like, if I really needed to, there's an option there, there's somebody there. So I haven't experienced the true loneliness that I'm sure a lot of people have experienced in their lives, where they just don't have anyone. Like, they don't have family that they can call, they don't have a friend that they can call, they don't have anybody. They just literally only have themselves. And that can be like a dark pit to fall into. I can only imagine. I'm talking from my own experience of things that I've felt and been through in this life of mine. I'm 22 years old, and I dealt with being in a depressed state for years. Only until like the last few years have I really gotten over it. Even like a year ago, compared a year ago to now, like so much change in just my own mind. And a year from now, there's going to be so much more change too. And that's the exciting part. That's how you gotta view it. But again, I kind of get sidetracked sometimes, but again, learning to be comfortable with being alone. Like being able to not have to have somebody around always to feel like complete or loved. It's those, like, a lot of people looking for reassurance from others. That's not a healthy thing. It can ruin a lot of relationships, it can ruin a lot of friendships, it can ruin a lot of things. And typically it's just the people who struggle with self-love the most is who pursue attention from others, because they're running from something within themselves. They might not even know it too. Not everybody is aware of these things. They might be running away from something that they don't even know exists, or that is so repressed in their mind that they don't even think about it. And it's not until they do the inner work and go within that it will show itself. And when it shows itself, that's when things will start changing for the better. People dealing with sickness, like I was thinking about this earlier, and it's like, so let's say you're a pretty healthy person, but you've dealt with trauma, you've dealt with a lot throughout your life. Eventually, if you're running from something, whether you know it or not, it will catch up to you. Sorry, I'm trying to like really think on how to word this properly to where it makes sense for others. But it will catch up to you in the sense that, like, let's say your energy will start to be affected. You will feel tired and you don't know why. There's no reason for you to be feeling tired. You're healthy, you're sleeping well, you're eating well, you're taking care of yourself. Or all of a sudden, it will manifest into a sickness. And that's just another way for your soul to kind of try to get your attention for something. Like, you gotta repress trauma. Over time, it can manifest itself into some kind of sickness. And it's your body's way of like screaming for help. And like kind of like it's resurfacing in the form of a sickness. And a lot of people struggle with these things. And I can't really just sit here and say, oh yeah, this, like, it's easy, it's simple, because I've dealt with that depressive mind state. But coming from that, I know personally how to deal with it. The things that worked for me may not work for others, but I'm still sharing. I'm gonna turn around because I'm just driving. I don't even know where I am right now, and I see like the road is closed up ahead. So yeah, I'm just gonna turn around and go back to one of the main roads. But yeah, so just keep an open mind. Keep an open mind to like these things that I'm saying. Maybe they resonate with you, maybe they don't. Doesn't matter all that much, but it's still always good to listen. Student-teacher mindset always. And the main thing that really helped me through depression was spirituality. Spiritual awakening, really. And just researching through things, and just like the I guess the thing that really helped me is I wanted to get better, and I knew I could. That's the thing. I've always known my own potential, and everybody's potential is unlimited. It's whatever you want it to be. Life is a beautiful game. We can be whatever we want to be. We can, like, anything goes. Anything can happen. And that's the beautiful thing about it. There's one other thing I want but it slipped my mind. I was thinking about it before I started recording. Really cannot remember. That's okay. But I think I'm doing pretty good with this video. I'm pretty happy on how it's flowing and how the words are coming out and how the info is naturally flowing out of me. It's like it's a weird feeling too. Or like it's a different feeling. I've noticed it. Nobody knows you better than you. For me, I've noticed it while I'm driving or while I'm kind of like distracted. It's easier for me to talk. But yeah, I thank you guys for watching. If you've made it this far in the video, please feel free to leave any topics you would like to talk about, or feedback, or just anything you're going through. Why is this guy just stopped in the middle of the road? What are you doing, buddy? Sketch me out real quick. But yeah, and I appreciate and I love you all. Unconditional. I unconditionally love myself. I unconditionally love everyone and all things. Okay, he has a stop sign, I don't. But get to that point. Show your appreciation, show your gratitude to everything. Through gratitude, you will notice a lot of change, a lot of positivity. Thank you guys. Peace.